Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and for the person I'm doing this video for, I apologize for taking so long. It's just been a whirlwind week. But I thought I would, I was never really 100% sure what he wanted to do. So this is he's making 2 wedding rings, and he wants to, he did a really good job, I think. And then he said something about making the diamond in the shape of a word and, you know, trying to get them through there. And I don't see how that's ever going to work. But I'm going to throw a couple of things out here. We need to put this line on one ring, and then he said maybe put the other line on a smaller ring. So let's just start over and let's draw an ellipse about the size you want. And if we go up to Object and convert it to a curve, and then we open up go to Windows, Dockers, Properties, and right here you get a curve. And that thing is 8.1 inches. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it 8.5. Now let's try for 9. And if you did it mathematically, you could do that. So let's go just a hair more. And you know, you could do this too. 1110.6 and 1110.9. So we're at 9 inches. We're 8.99. So what you need to do is make your length of your text 8.99 long. And then you just go to text the path, and put on the path. The only problem is that the beginning of the sentence and the end of the sentence, or in this particular case, is basically joined together. So I don't ever do this, but I just kind of started thinking about it. Let's go ahead and make it back to that 9 inches long. But while we have the text editor, because it's still a text, let's add some periods to that. Now let's make this thing 9 inches long, or 8.99. Now let's text the path, put it on the path, and now you can see we have, and then you could actually spin this to whichever way you wanted to do it. So maybe people could more readily see it. Well, I thought you could spin it. We can later. But now, what you can do is select it all, go up to Object, break text apart. And then if you click on your T, go up to Object, break the text apart again. And you're just going to do it till you get more done. And I think we've got rid of the circle, so we can just get rid of this. But see, the T is still connected, so go to Object, or just Control K. Now these are individual periods, and we can just delete them. So now our starting object and our ending object are separated. Now that it is a shape, we can rotate this to put our other ring through, and you could do that here also. You know, wherever you want to put the shape, you know, before you did it, you could just imagine where the second ring goes. And I think he actually wanted to make the second ring smaller. And let's just kind of look at it. So you would need to put some space, you know, just kind of back up and go, well, I need some space between there. And let's just do that. It's kind of fun. We'll have to get our circle back. Let's put it back to text. And let's bring in another little circle, quite a bit smaller, and we're going to put it, well, we had it rotated, but it'll still work. So put it like through the middle and through the middle of for worst. Now we're going to see what our nudge factor is, and it's plenty because we're going to nudge that out of the way. Well, just remember, see what this is a pretty good trick. Copy that, and now we're going to back up. to where we don't have text to path. And I'm going to paste, and there's our little circle. So we need to take this. Our circle is still 9 inches long. So what we're going to do, I think we had the space right there. So we're going to, with the text editor, let's put 3 dots there. And I think it was right here, put 3 dots there, maybe even 4. So we'll add another one to here. I forgot we have to put a line through there. Now say, okay, now make this thing 8.99 and go up to text to path, put it on a path, and you can see the spaces. I'm hoping this is what he was asking. So in this time, I'm going to go Control K and then select it all again and go Control K and see how far along we are and go Control K, Control K, go up here, and you can see it's got the other word, so Control K. Now I can delete these other parts. And, you know, you would be playing well, I wanted to get rid of that circle anyway. So now you could bring in your other circle, put it wherever you want, and this circle has, well, you need to convert it to a curve for this to work. This circle has a length of, well, it's not much smaller, 8.69. So we're going to make this 8.69. Now we're not going to put any spaces in this one, but you could. Well, let's just do it. We should have done that. While it's still a text, we'll just add like 4 dots. That'll give us some space. Well, yeah, we don't want these 2 parts touching. So this was 8.69, 8.69. Go up to text. And what I would do now is to move this, nudge that out of the way so our text to path doesn't get in the way. Go to text to path, and remember that we can always rotate it later. So we're going to put it right on there, and then let's zoom in here. Let's go Control K. Well, I'm just going to click on it. Control K. Get it again. Control K. Control K. And then those dots, well, maybe not. You know what? I'm going to try it was just grabbing the circle. Okay, we need to go Control K one more time because it was connected to the period. And then just delete these. Because that's just, and maybe that's too much, but at least it's a little separation. Now, let's nudge that back over. And see, we have the 2 lines going between each other. And, you know, now that we actually have, that's one thing I should have done. I would group this together, Control G, make sure you get it all. And then, because we really want this more, maybe it's more readable. So you could start out with there, and then just pick which way you want this to be, and you could just grab it and put it in there. And you might want to, maybe have this word next to the start of the other one. Don't really want them probably together. But that, you're getting the idea. And this would be pretty cool because this is the start and death do us part is the end. So maybe you could put a period there and it just richer for poorer, kind of blends right there. I'm kind of psyched about that. And you know, just to throw this out here, get your common shape. Maybe you wouldn't want to do this, but grab your heart shape, and zoom in here. And I'm still a little bit confused about. I'm holding down the control button. You wouldn't want it overpowering, and maybe even leave it as a line and not a fill. But regardless, that's a pretty cool idea. I really think he wanted the one ring quite a bit smaller, but you wouldn't want to change the font too much. And I like that diamond. I think you ought to go with that. You know, angle a little bit differently. Anyway, hope that helped. Thank